So the movie opens in a crowded marketplace, where people are busy buying and selling vegetables and chickens. A woman walks deeper into the market, making her way to a shaman. There, several women are discussing their husband's strange behavior. They talk about a special medicine or ritual that's said to be very effective. The women want something that will make their husbands loyal, force them to stay at home, and make them more attracted to their wives. One woman hands the shaman a piece of paper with the word Lintrik written on it. The shaman, whose name is Ayu, takes the woman inside and explains that Lintrik is an ancient Javanese love-binding magic. Ayu warns her that the stronger the effect, the greater the risk. But the woman is willing to take any risk. After performing a ritual, Ayu reveals that the man's heart no longer belongs to her to bring him back quickly. It will cost a lot of money. Without hesitation, the woman hands over a large amount of cash. As soon as Ayu gets the money, she says she will plant the man's deepest fear into his heart. Ayu orders her followers to dig up a grave and pull out a dead body. She places a card inside the corpse's mouth and asks for the man's underwear, which the woman gives her. Ayu wipes the corpse's mouth with it. Then, using a deck of 60 cards, she begins chanting dark spells. She ties the man's underwear and photo into a bundle. The goal is to drive a man named Aryo insane with love and completely control him. Ayu performs a strange ritual, declaring that if she succeeds, she will serve the power of the cards like a devil as her master. But if she fails, she threatens to burn the cards. As the ritual ends, multiple bodies wrapped in shrouds appear, along with a goat-like demon. The scene cuts abruptly. Next we see Aryo returning home. He praises his wife's beauty and qualities, explaining that he was late because of a bus issue. The couple shares some romantic moments. Aryo says he loves his wife's scent, and they even consider taking a bath together. During breakfast, Aryo is delighted to see his favorite food. He praises the taste, saying it's this very flavor that made him fall madly in love with his wife. Andin then asks her husband to take a day off from work. She explains that there are employees at her shop, so she can afford to take a break. But Aryo starts worrying. If both of them stop working for a day, what if they end up becoming poor? While heading to work, Andin expresses her wish to meet her in-laws. She says she's been saving money to buy them a gift. Aryo brushes it off and tells her he'll introduce her to them later. Meanwhile, at Andin's shop, her sister Amara and her uncle are waiting for her. Shortly after, Andin and Aryo arrive, and as soon as they do, Amara and the uncle leave. After they're gone, the couple talks about why Aryo's parents didn't attend their wedding. Aryo explains that they're old and poor, which is why they couldn't come. Andin understands, but says it's been really hard to explain this to her uncle. It's been 6 months since their marriage. Before leaving for work, Aryo tells Andin to take care of herself and to call him once he reaches the office. After that, Andin gets busy with her restaurant work. She lightly scolds Yanto and Lilin for fooling around and slacking off. As time passes, the restaurant starts getting crowded with customers. Despite being new, the place is packed. Interestingly, some of Ayu's followers can also be seen there, and a boy is filming everything on his phone. Suddenly, the boy gets terrified when he sees the cooked goat's head open its eyes. Hearing strange sounds, he moves toward the kitchen with his phone. Inside, he hears the goat's voice, coming from the burning stove. As he gets closer, the sound seems to come from a pot. The moment he looks inside, a horrifying, seemingly alive goat's head emerges from it. Terrified, he tells Yanto what he saw, but Yanto just laughs it off and jokes that they sell goat meat, not lizards. Later that night, something like a fiery orb enters Andin's house and makes its way into her bedroom through the roof. As Andin finishes making the bed and is about to leave, she feels a presence under the bedsheet. But when she turns back, everything looks normal. As she walks away, she again notices someone behind the window curtain. From there, a corpse wrapped in a shroud slowly comes toward her. Just then, she wakes up, but shockingly, the same corpse is still standing right in front of her. At that moment, Aryo arrives, calms her down, and apologizes for being late. Later, while Aryo is taking a shower, Andin complains that he's been spending very little time at home these days. Aryo explains that his job requires him to travel a lot. Still, Andin fears that one day Aryo might leave her. Aryo reassures her, saying he would never leave, and that his life is meaningless without her. After that, we see the same woman from the beginning of the movie, the one who calls Aryo. As soon as the phone rings, Aryo steps outside to answer it. The woman tells him that he's starting to forget her. Meanwhile, Andin quietly follows him outside. Suddenly, Aryo startles her. She asks him who he was talking to, but Aryo lies and says it was Mr. Nasir calling. Aryo then tells her that he has to go to Semarang tomorrow for work. Hearing about another trip makes Andin upset, but Aryo silences her by saying he needs to earn money. The next morning, Andin meets Mr. Nasir. He's surprised to see Aryo already at the office ahead of time, fully prepared to leave for Semarang. Nasir praises their husband-wife relationship and tells Aryo to properly say goodbye to his wife. Aryo claims that Mr. Nasir had called him the previous night, but must have forgotten by morning. He reassures Andin that he loves only her, and promises that after work they'll talk either on the phone or even in their dreams. After that, Andin bids him farewell. The scene then cuts to Amara, who is practicing Raga Sukma, a spiritual technique where the soul separates from the body. Her uncle warns her not to mess with this dangerous practice, even though he was the one who taught her in the first place. From there, Amara arrives at Andin's restaurant. Lilin tells her that the place has been unusually empty for the past few days, and Aryo is also out of town. Amara decides to stay with Andin for the night. Just then, a mysterious female customer walks into the restaurant. Lilin tells her about their famous goat dish, and the woman orders a special meal. Meanwhile, Andin throws some leftover goat heads into the trash. Once the food is ready, she serves it to the woman. The woman asks about the condition of the restaurant. Andin explains that it has been running for 6 months and is usually crowded, but due to some unfortunate timing, it's currently quiet. Because the restaurant is empty, the mysterious woman asks Andin to sit and eat with her, saying she doesn't like being alone. She explains that she was just passing by and got curious after hearing about the restaurant's special dish. The woman then compliments Andin's nails and suggests that she should apply nail polish to look more attractive. She even offers to gift her a bottle of nail polish, but Andin politely refuses, saying she doesn't accept gifts from strangers. During their conversation, the woman suddenly gets a message on her phone. Without even touching her food, she quickly gets ready to leave and pays way more than the actual bill. Andin tries to return the extra money, but the woman refuses to listen and rushes out of there. Meanwhile, on the way back from the market, Yanto spots Aryo with another woman. That same night, Amara comes over to her sister's house. While painting her nails, Andin tells Amara about that mysterious woman. She mentions how beautiful her nails and nail polish were. Amara then starts talking about how these days husbands often cheat or have affairs. She even jokes that nowadays, even unattractive people cheat. Amara warns Andin that if Aryo ever dares to cheat on her, she'll teach him a lesson. Jokingly, she even says she'd cut off his private part. Just then, they hear footsteps coming from the attic. Both of them get scared and wonder if it might just be a cat. Andin decides to check the attic, but since it's completely dark, she asks Amara to bring a flashlight from the cupboard. When Amara brings the flashlight, they suddenly spot a dead body in the attic. Andin takes the flashlight and looks around carefully, but then says, "There's nothing there." As she starts coming back down, the corpse appears again, but Andin doesn't notice it this time. Amara tells her to calm down, forget everything, and get some sleep. So they both go to bed. After a while, Andin feels a strange, tickling sensation on her feet. She assumes Amara is moving her legs. But when she sees Amara fast asleep and pulls off the blanket, she notices something crawling down from there. Terrified, Andin checks under the bed and panics. She tells Amara there's a snake under it. But when Amara looks, she finds nothing and tells Andin not to scare herself for no reason. The next day, since there are no customers at the shop, Andin goes out to throw away a rotten goat's head in the trash. Meanwhile, Yanto tells Lilin that he saw Aryo with another woman, but Lilin dismisses it as his imagination. Yanto insists that what he saw was real and tries to show proof, a photo where Aryo was in a car with another woman, but when he shows it, only his own face is visible in the picture. After hearing everything, Andin says that Aryo has gone out of town for work. That night, when the doorbell rings, Andin assumes Aryo has returned. But when she opens the door, she finds Uncle, Yanto, and Lilin standing outside. After that, Andin, Amara, Yanto, and Lilin start playing snakes and ladders. Meanwhile, Uncle begins to feel the presence of something evil inside the house. As he follows it, he ends up in the attic. Suddenly, his lighter goes out. He lights it again to check, and that's when he sees a goat-faced demon standing there. Terrified, he loses his balance and falls straight down from above. The fall leaves him with intense pain in his back. Everyone rushes to help him and carefully sits him down. Uncle tells him to stay calm. Just then, Aryo arrives. Andin gives him water and asks where he's been all this time, since no one had heard from him for days. This quickly turns into an argument. Aryo complains that when he comes home, he expects to see a beautiful, well-kept wife, but instead finds a messy house, and Andin looks miserable. He claims he was working in a remote, backward area where there was no phone signal and gets irritated, saying he's being interrogated. After that, Aryo goes to take a shower. When Andin goes to give him hot water, she overhears him secretly talking to someone on the phone. When he comes out, Aryo says he was just talking to a customer and shuts her down using business as an excuse. He insults Andin, saying her body smells bad, and tells her to go take a bath. As Andin prepares to bathe, her ring suddenly falls to the floor. While picking it up, a bottle of shampoo mysteriously falls on its own, spilling everywhere. Later, as she sits in the tub trying to remove her nail polish with her nails, something horrifying happens. Her nails start getting ripped off. Panicking, Andin tries to get out, but slips on the spilled shampoo and falls. At that exact moment, a pair of scissors drops from above, barely missing her. At midnight, Ario's phone rings. Andin answers it, but no one speaks from the other side, and the call disconnects. Suspicious, she tries to unlock his phone, but fails and puts it back. Just then, she gets a video call from the same number. When Andin answers, she sees a small child covered with a bedsheet. And behind the child, a terrifying entity slowly emerges. Suddenly, Ario wakes up and gets angry at Andin for disturbing his sleep. He snaps at her and tells her not to bother him again. The next morning, Andin finds a bottle of nail polish inside Ario's bag. She immediately confronts him, asking whose it is and why it's in his bag. She says if it were something like lip balm, she might have believed it belonged to him. But seeing nail polish only makes her suspicions stronger. Ario denies everything and instead tries to make Andin look crazy. He brings up her recent strange behavior, like her fear of goats and the incident with her nails, and claims she's the one losing her mind. Andin yells back, insisting she's not crazy. Everything she has seen and felt is real. Ario mocks her, suggesting that if she's having hallucinations, she should call her uncle. Then angrily, he questions who her real husband is, him or her uncle, implying she depends too much on her uncle and needs to stop. But Andin refuses to let go of the nail polish issue. She keeps pressing him, asking again and again whose it is. At one point, Ario finally says it belongs to him. Andin calls him a liar and starts cursing at him. Just then, the mysterious woman who had visited the shop suddenly shows up at their house. Noticing Ario looks scared, she jokingly asks if he's seen a ghost. Andin tells Ario to calm down and sit, explaining that they have a guest. The woman claims she has known Ario for a long time. She says that if it weren't for him, her life would have been ruined. Then she clarifies that their relationship is actually business-related. Ario helped her secure a loan that saved her failing business. She even compares it to Andin's shop, saying her business once struggled the same way. She praises Ario's kind nature and tells Andin she's lucky to have such a caring husband. Regarding the nail polish, the woman suggests that Ario probably gives such items as gifts to his customers. After the woman leaves, Andin apologizes to Ario. She feels like she may have made a mistake by listening to others. Seizing the moment, Ario says that gossip and backbiting are like whispers of the devil. Then he starts emotionally manipulating her, claiming he works day and night for the family, but neither Andin nor her uncle respects him. He says he has no dignity in this house. Eventually, Andin apologizes again, but as she walks away, Ario suddenly sees her in a terrifying, ugly form. In the next scene, Lilin scolds Yanto, saying that his nonsense from yesterday is the reason Andin has fallen sick today. Lilin has even closed the restaurant, because Andin looked extremely pale and unwell. Meanwhile, Ario shows up and asks for a dish made from a goat's head, and Uncle arrives as well. It's the weekend, and the uncle is surprised to see Ario there since he's usually busy even on weekends. Andin serves Ario his favorite food. The uncle asks for an ashtray, and Andin goes to make him some coffee. As they talk, Ario and the uncle discuss work. The uncle mentions that his coffin business is doing really well, while Ario says it's extremely hard to get payments out of clients. During the conversation, the uncle drops his lighter, but when he bends down to pick it up, he suddenly sees a horrifying sight. Countless dead bodies standing right behind Ario. Terrified, the uncle quickly leaves without even touching his coffee. Back at home, the uncle starts searching for something in a book. Meanwhile, Ayu tells the woman from the beginning of the movie, the one who had visited Andin's shop and house, that the love control magic isn't working properly because someone is interfering. She says that to make the spell stronger, the woman will have to perform the ritual herself. That night, the woman secretly sneaks into Andin's bedroom and steals her hair and underwear. After returning home, she begins a dark ritual to control Ario, chanting spells to blind him with lust and turn him completely into her slave. At the same time, Ario starts acting strangely and gets out of bed. Andin wakes up and begins searching for him. When she goes into the kitchen, she sees a terrifying shadow outside the window. As she steps back in fear, the situation becomes even more horrifying. Trying to run, Andin falls and suddenly finds herself in a graveyard. There, she sees Ario, but he's violently smashing his head against a grave wall. As soon as she tries to run away after seeing his terrifying face, a demonic force grabs her and starts choking her. Suddenly, she regains consciousness in her room. Worried, Andin goes to Mr. Nasir while looking for Ario. Jokingly, Nasir says Ario might have gone to his second wife. Hearing this, Andin becomes anxious. Nasir then advises her to go to the address on Ario's ID card and meet him directly, so they decide to travel to Semarang together. On the other side, the uncle brings Amara to Andin's house and tells her that her sister's condition is not normal. It's important to find proof of black magic and identify who's behind it. As soon as they enter the house, the uncle finds items related to black magic. He says that some people hide behind a mask of goodness while doing truly evil things. He then tells Amara to shut all the doors and curtains. After that, he begins a ritual called Raga Sukma. And somewhere else, the shaman Ayu immediately senses that something has begun. Because of the Raga Sukma ritual, Uncle's soul gets pulled into a dark, eerie place. Amara is sitting beside her uncle's body when she suddenly hears strange noises coming from the attic. Leaving him behind, she slowly walks upstairs to check it out. Out of nowhere, a goat's head appears right in front of her. At the same time, Uncle realizes that he's trapped inside a grave, and Ayu is trying to kill him there. He calls out to Amara, and she rushes back and manages to wake him up. Amara tells him everything about what she saw in the attic, but Uncle can't see anything there. Still, Amara insists that what she saw was real. Suddenly, that evil force tries to push Amara down, but Uncle quickly grabs her and rushes out of the house with her. Outside, Uncle tells Amara to call Andine and warn her not to come to the house because it has now become extremely dangerous. He also says he's going to seek help from his friends at the market. Meanwhile, Lilin and Yanto arrive at the address linked to Ario's ID, only to realize that the ID was fake. Just then, they notice something strange on top of a tree, and the sight scares them so much that they immediately run away. On the other hand, Andine goes to Ario's main office. She's told that Ario doesn't work there anymore and is now in Yogyakarta. Using the excuse of a loan payment, Andine asks for his home address, but the staff refuses to give it to her. Then, Andine goes to the snack shop she had seen earlier. Yanto confirms that it's the same place. There's a promotion going on at the shop, so they show the staff a picture of Ario and ask about him. Just then, Ario arrives at the same spot with another woman and steps out of the car. At that moment, Yanto hands Andine a fork. Andine grabs it and suddenly stabs Ario in the chest. But this wasn't real. In reality, Lilin asks Yanto to record everything on video, while Andine starts yelling at the woman with Ario, calling her a homewrecker. Afraid of public shame and humiliation, Ario quickly gets back into the car with the woman and drives away. Andine breaks down in tears. Lilin and Yanto try to calm her down and assure her that together they'll find Ario later. The next day, heartbroken, Andine is lost in her memories. In a flashback, we see Ario visiting her eatery and praising her food. He offers to help expand her business and make it more popular, saying her special dish would become the main attraction on the menu. In another flashback, Ario tells her that he doesn't just want a business partnership, he wants to build a family with her. Back in the present, her sister Amara comes to her, and through tears, Andine reveals that she's pregnant. That night, Uncle confirms something terrifying. Ario has been put under a powerful black magic spell known as Lintrik. The uncle explains that the woman wanted to take Ario away, and now she has succeeded. Crying, Andine tells her uncle that her unborn child needs a father. The uncle asks Andine to calm down and assures her that he will handle everything. Amara also tells Andine to trust their uncle. The next day at the eatery, Yanto and Lilin start imagining that if the video of Ario being captured goes viral on social media, they'll become famous and rich. They think that after hearing their story, a film producer might approach them. They even fantasize about a movie being made about their lives and how amazing that would be. Yanto wants his character in the movie to be played by a popular actor named Jeffrey Nicol, while Lilin makes fun of him saying he looks more like Opi Kumis. Lilin imagines Diane Sastroardoyo playing her character. Later, when Lilin throws a goat's head into the trash and turns back, something suddenly throws the same goat skull back at her from inside. Terrified, she calls out to Yanto. When he arrives, Lilin explains that she had just thrown the goat's head away, but somehow it came back out. Yanto assumes it must have rolled back on its own. He checks and says there's nothing there, but as they turn to leave, a dark force suddenly starts dragging Yanto toward a pit. Lilin manages to save him just in time. Suddenly, a swarm of goats bursts out of the pit and starts chasing them. They run and rush inside the shop, but the goats follow them in. Panicking, Lilin abandons Yanto and runs into the kitchen. There, a sinister force drags her toward the stove, trying to pull her inside. Hearing her screams, Yanto rushes in, and at that very moment, the stove ignites on its own. Just before something terrible happens, Yanto manages to pull Lilin out, and they both escape from there. That night, Amara advises her sister Andine to stay strong. She says their uncle has taught her a lot, and before stepping into this dangerous spiritual battle, she asks Andine for her prayers. The uncle warns Amara that this time, the Raga Sukma ritual will be far more dangerous than before. After that, the two of them lie down inside coffins and begin the ritual. Through Raga Sukma, Amara reaches the shaman Ayu and expresses her desire to use black magic to control Yanto. Meanwhile, the uncle arrives at the cemetery where Ayu had hidden the black magic items used on Ario. The plan was simple. Amara would keep Ayu distracted, while the uncle would use that chance to find the ritual objects. But suddenly Ayu shows up in front of him. She warns him that his black magic is nothing compared to hers. The uncle, trying to stay calm, asks where Ario's photo has been buried, but Ayu refuses to tell him. A brutal fight breaks out between them, but the uncle is completely powerless against Ayu's dark magic. At the same time, two coffins suddenly begin floating in mid-air. Meanwhile, Amara has already been captured. The evil shaman Ayu kills the uncle right there. Amara somehow breaks free from Kerto's grip and tries to escape. But as soon as the uncle dies, his coffin crashes down from the air. Amara doesn't get far. Kerto catches her and mercilessly kills her too. Soon after, her coffin also falls to the ground. After losing both her uncle and her sister, Andin breaks down in tears. The next day, they are buried. Filled with rage, Andin smashes the photo of Ario. An aunt then hands Andin a will, saying the uncle wanted it delivered to his niece. In the will, he had revealed the final way to end this cursed black magic. Determined, Andin sets out with Lilin and Yanto to confront the evil shaman. That night, they reach the shaman's hideout and begin tracking her. Suddenly, Ayu jumps off a cliff. When they check, they realize it really was the powerful shaman, but after the fall she mysteriously disappears. Out of nowhere, Ayu reappears right behind them. The scene cuts, and now all three of them are tied up. Andin accuses Ayu of killing her uncle and sister. Ayu coldly replies that interfering in others' matters always comes with risks. Meanwhile, Yanto quietly tries to burn the ropes with a lighter. Ayu then tells them that if they somehow manage to escape alive, they should go to the woman who paid her for all of this. That woman lives in a massive house on Ambarawa Hill. With that, Ayu orders her follower Kerto to kill them all. As Kerto raises his knife to strike, Andin suddenly attacks him from behind and knocks him unconscious. She tells Lilin and Yanto to find the ritual items while she decides to go after the mysterious woman herself. Following the plan, Lilin and Yanto head toward the cemetery while Andin reaches the woman's house. From outside, she spots Ario and quietly sneaks inside. What she sees is terrifying. Ario is violently smashing his head against the floor. Andin tries to convince Ario that he's under the influence of black magic and begs him to stop all of this. Just then, the mysterious villainess appears in front of them. Meanwhile, on the other side, the two of them reach the agreed location and start searching for Ario and Andin's Lintrik. Back here, Andin keeps insisting that the woman stop all these evil acts. But the woman claims she's innocent and instead blames Andin. She expresses intense anger and hatred toward Ario, saying she gave him everything, yet he still chose Andin over her. Then she reveals a shocking truth. The so-called spring roll business, the big house, and all the wealth Ario has actually belongs to her. Everything Ario ever promised Andin was a lie. The villainess taunts Andin, asking what Ario used to call her. Did he call her home? Enraged, Andin fires back, saying the woman didn't just destroy her home and family, but also killed her uncle and sister. The woman denies everything and flips the blame onto Andin, saying it's better to destroy everything completely. Now with that, she uses magic to control Ario and orders him to kill Andin. Andin struggles free and charges at the woman, but then the woman takes control of Andin instead and releases Ario. Now she commands Andin to kill Ario, and Andin attacks him. The villainess then manipulates both of them, forcing them to fight each other. Meanwhile, Lilin and Yanto finally find Ario and Andin's Lintrik, but when they try to burn it, the fire suddenly goes out. Without thinking twice, they use a lighter to ignite it again. As the magical object starts burning, the woman screams in pain, and the situation begins to change. Furious, she cuts a strand of Andin's hair to perform another spell. That's when Andin reveals she's pregnant, carrying Ario's child. The woman is stunned. Enraged, she moves to kill Ario, but suddenly a little boy runs in, hugs Ario and calls him dad. The woman then reveals the truth. She has been Ario's legally wedded wife for the past 7 years. She didn't want her son to grow up without a father, which is why she turned to black magic. At that moment, both Andin and the woman realize they've been victims of the same man's betrayal. Ario had been living a cruel double life, deceiving both of them. It becomes clear that he was never under any black magic. He was simply a manipulative and terrible person. In the next scene, the bank woman is shown again. She receives a gift with a note that says, "Let's go home together after work." Meanwhile, Ario is seen at a hotel with another woman. At the same time, another woman approaches a shaman asking to perform deadly black magic on someone. Back at the hotel, the woman gets ready and approaches Ario, but suddenly transforms into a demon and kills him on the spot. Moments later, her real form appears outside and finds Ario dead in a horrifying condition. The one who used the deadly black magic to kill Ario was none other than the same bank woman. It's likely she was also one of his victims, and by killing him, she ended this entire nightmare for good. In the final scene, Andine is shown with her child, along with Lilin and Yato, enjoying a vacation. And with that, the story comes to an end. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more movie recaps every day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.